We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back. I am Van, and I am with the Mika from Red Cups Talk with Mika podcast. She's dope as hell. Y'all already know. Sometimes she's a little feisty. I gotta calm her down every now and again, because y'all know how I am. Y'all know my heart. All right. But she's still gonna bring the pain. Please do me a favor, hit the like button. That's the only price of admission for the live stream is to simply hit the like button. And if you're feeling extra generous, consider sharing this video by hitting the share button below, copying the link and sharing it on Reddit, LinkedIn, Facebook groups, X, Kick, Snapchat, wherever you want to share it. That would be absolutely phenomenal. Make sure you tag myself or Mika or both so we can show you some love wherever you decide to share it. Mika, have you not heard about Pete Hegseth starting sugar honey iced tea all over the internet?
I love it. What is he doing? He
said that you should not be standing next to him holding a gun in combat.
And he would be correct. Meek don't want to be nowhere around that. I love it.
Well, he's talking about he wants to hold up a standard. He was like, there shouldn't be no separate standards. If a man has standards in combat, a woman should also have the same standards in combat, because we got to defend each other. We got to make sure we protect each other. So we're going to listen to these videos, gang. We're going to come back with our own comments, but we have a couple of them. One of which he was in a conversation with CNN a couple of months ago, before he said what he said this morning. His video from this morning is what's actually trending. Let's go and jump into it. Not gonna waste any time. And thanks again, y'all, for pulling up, man. I'm always appreciative of y'all pulling up. Here we go.
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective, hasn't made us more lethal, has made fighting more complicated. We've all served with women and they're great. Mm-hmm. It just, our institutions don't have to incentivize that in places where not traditionally, over human history, men in those positions are more capable. I'm straight up.
All right. Hold on. We got one more. Because CNN heard that and they was like, wait a minute. He really said that. And then he tried to take it away. So here's them trying to get their little score in. You know what I mean? They try to up the score whenever they can.
Listen to what he said about a month ago and then last night.
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective, hasn't made us more lethal, has made fighting more complicated.
I also want an opportunity here to clarify comments that have been misconstrued that I somehow don't support women in the military. Some of our greatest warriors, our best warriors out there are women who serve, raise their right hand to defend this country and love our nation, want to defend that flag.
Listen to what he said about a month ago and then last night.
All right, so we already watched that one. Now, I'm going to play for y'all what he said today after leaving Japan. This video right here is going viral. And hold on, I have my points after this bad boy. Hold on 1 second. Come on, Van. You can do it, baby. You can do it. Okay, here we go. All right.
Hey everybody, Pete Hegseth here. We're about to land in Washington, D.C. on our way back from Japan, where we've been meeting with the troops, talking to allies and partners, reestablishing deterrence in the Indo-Pacific. It's Sunday, but of course we're still working. I want to show you one thing. It's a new memorandum that's coming out today on combat arms standards. You see, for far too long, we allowed standards to slip and different standards for men and women in combat arms, MOSs, and jobs. That's not acceptable. We need to have the same standard, male or female, in our combat roles to ensure our men and women who are under our leaders or in those formations have the best possible leaders and the highest possible standards that are not based at all on your sex, if you're a man or a woman. So we're signing this, I'm signing this memorandum today. The services will review, and soon we will have nothing but the highest and equal standards for men and women in combat.
Now, y'all already know that a lot of people don't want Pete Hegseth to really shine because they don't believe that he was qualified for the job. The people on the left don't anyway. Individuals on the right do. But I want y'all to see what some of them have been writing. So the title of this post was, "For far too long, we have allowed standards to slip. We've had different standards for men and women serving in combat, arms, MOSs, and jobs. That's not acceptable, and it changes right now." So obviously we have some people saying right here, Lance Lachlan says, "Resign. Why did you give your brother a job that looks like a DEI box check? And why was your wife present during a briefing involving sensitive intelligence? Does she have security clearance?" Katie says, "I don't think you're in any position to talk about slipping standards." Boston Smalls says, "Bro, you are the definition of a slip in standards." Eroyer King says, "You being the Secretary of Defense is a perfect example of allowing standards to slip. Fix it by resigning." And these joints go on and on so far. So what you think, right? What you think? What you think about this so far, Mika?
First of all, okay, let's talk about the slipping standard. Now, when we talk about slipping standards, let's talk about the person that was in charge while Biden was in office. Okay. He looked like the guy from MASH. You remember MASH? I know you do, right? And you
Yes.
remember the guy kept trying to get out the military?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what the gentlewoman, I don't know, was trying to look like during the Biden administration. That's a slipping standard. I've never seen it. And then the second thing is, if we're going to talk about why Pete Hegseth's wife was in a briefing, I mean, Joe Biden's wife did a whole cabinet meeting.
She did. Dr. Jill did. She most certainly did. And she sat at the head of the table, like the boss.
I mean, little glasses down here, just like, looking. I'm just like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And we all know Hillary Clinton was involved in everything her husband did. Bill Clinton told it in his book. She told it in hers. I don't like these people, but I read about them, right? I go get their books. I got both of Barack Obama's books. So I know exactly what they're doing. Yeah, they do this all the time. So what are people talking about?
But overall, you agree what he's saying, though.
I agree 100%. First of all, let's just be honest, okay? Because what's been happening over the last actually more, but really over the last 4 years, it's kicked up. Men and women are not the same. We're not the same. We're not the same. I can do things that you can't do. You can do things that I can't do. There's no problem with that. We understand that with animals. Why don't we understand that with humans? We're not the same. And I remember when he said that on the podcast, I did a video on it and I went back to, I think it was ABC. ABC did a whole deep dive into it, and they went to go actually look at women who were trying out for infantry. Only like 3 women passed.
What?
Yeah.
For
and
real?
They barely passed. So you got 3 women that barely passed. All right. Because it's hard. Men fail all the time. So if men fail, what Why do we think women are special? And a lot of the times they'll say, okay, well, men have to do 100 push-ups and you have to do, 50. But you can't pull me out when I need your help. It's hard for a man to pick up another 200 and something pound man.
Facts. Of
I'm
dead
definitely
weight.
not pick. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna leave you there because I can't carry you. I'm gonna leave you there. So it's best for me not to get in it. I'm just saying, if I got to pull you out of the fire, you're gonna be. If I get you out, you're gonna be like, why am I so banged up? Because I had to drag you because I can't carry you, and it is what it is. So why are we arguing nuances?
Now, should we talk about we're talking about the rule, we're not talking about exceptions, because you have Tulsi Gabbard who looked like she would whoop somebody's ass toe to toe, and I'm talking
She's
about
probably
man.
one of the three.
Yeah, she's one of the three that passed.
Yeah. It's hard. And then don't get into like, special forces and things like that. Like it's hard for men to pass the Navy SEALs. Like it's hard. And on
Yes.
top of that, why would women want to do it anyway? Women say they do, but when they get those jobs, just like with the police department, when they get those jobs, what do? They go to the police department. I want to push paper. Then why did you come here? They don't want to be out in the street. They want to work at the chief's office. It's just like,
I mean, I thought that they went out there and they like I'd be seeing some strong police women. I'd be and I'd be seeing some feminine ones too. They got fat back pockets.
and then ask them when the gunfights happen, what they do. Look at the stats.
I don't know a whole lot about them. I will say this though. If I am in combat, I would much rather have somebody behind me, someone who have my 6 or someone standing left or right of me, who can defend themselves and can defend me. Like I don't want to have to rescue anybody. I don't care if it's a man or a woman, but if I have to, I mean, I want you to be able to hold your own until I get there. Same thing for me. I'm certain that if you got me out there defending you, you would expect for me to be able to hold my own until more people came. You know what I mean? I think it's a weak link, and any weak link can make us, it could be the one of us.
I think women can definitely be in the military. I think they can serve great purpose. They have all types of other things, drone pilots, all this other type of stuff. But to be out on missions and things like that, where you have to possibly fight other men, please. Like, no. I'm telling you right now, if I have an emergency at my house and the fire department shows up and it's all women.
So you saying you can't get your husband out the house if he's knocked out?
No.
How big is your husband?
$230.
Did you say 230?
Yeah.
How tall?
6'3".
6'3", 230. And you can't pick him up, you weakling.
You won't get out my face. That's like,
so weak.
Sir, that's like I'm 4'11".
Nah, that's big. Like even a 6, I don't give a damn.
130 pounds soaking wet.
Listen, I can't pick him up. So I will roll his ass out of there.
Somebody said I better start practicing. And look, I told you, I will drag him. He gonna have bumps and lumps. He gonna be on fire. He gonna be like, I would have rather have burned up.
Listen,
but I'm gonna get you out.
If I get out there with a headache and you got to hit my head on a couple of corners or steps to get me out of there, I'm gonna thank God for you. I'm gonna praise your funky feet. I'm gonna do all of that just for you getting me up out of there. But you're absolutely right. But I'm with P. Hegseth in this. I don't think the standards should be different physically. Physical standards should not be different at all. I mean, Um, um, mental standards are different. Everybody got to take the same test.
Mhm.
They're not grading anybody on a curve because they're a man or woman. So when it comes to the physical standards, this would be the exact same thing. Like we're all here to make sure that we can move this train forward. You know what I mean? Continue to be the strongest military in the world.
Yeah, but you gotta realize that the liberals want to give that sense of, and this is the thing. I honestly don't think diversity in everything works. Diversity in some things do, and diversity in some things don't.
Diversity is gay.
I don't think it
Diversity.
should be forced.
I mean,
Meaning some things I think men and women can do, right? Because it's not requiring specifics from either group.
I understand. I get it. I mean, but I thought that the whole point was usually in this department or in this field, certain people aren't looked at. So we're going to try to make sure that certain people can get into this field.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I don't foresee women being on the oil rigs. I don't foresee it.
me neither.
Why
Me
would you
neither.
want to? It's
Because
dirty work. Most women don't like being that dirty. All right. It's you're out there, you know, for months at a time. Like a lot of women don't want to do any of that.
what about bull daggers?
Even they don't want to do any of that. Like even the ones that pretend to be like masculine, the femininity kick in real quick when they have to realize that they have to be the man. Actually, it was a good TikTok movement, right? Online, and the lesbian women were the ones that are the men. They were like, we now see what men go through. Having to
Oh
pay
yeah.
everything, women being ungrateful, all this stuff.
Now it was the one that I really enjoyed. I tried to get my wife to do it. She wouldn't do it because she didn't want to be embarrassed. But the one where where a woman got like in like a plank position and she acted like she was stroking for a long time and they was just looking at the clock. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. And they couldn't get
Oh,
past a
yeah.
minute.
And she got tired, yeah, exactly. All the way down to the biology, like, you think things are easy until you can do it. I give men this. A lot of men will tell you that they don't wanna do the things that women have to do, right? Like, I was watching a comedian, I think it was Martin, and he was like, "Look, if men had to have babies, it'd be 1 month of in here."
That's it. We not having them.
No, like, it's a lot,
No,
but men respect that factor.
absolutely.
And they're not like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, if we were doing it, this, no, they're like, no, yeah, it looks painful. I don't want no parts of that.
And now you got Mark Lamont Hill talking to Candace Owens talking about men can have babies. All because there's some crazy ass women out there who saying I'm a man, but I still want to get pregnant. I'm a woman, but I'm going to date men so that I can get pregnant. Did I tell you about that couple at my job when I worked for DOD? There was this lady who was a nice looking lady.
Mhm.
I was there for 17 years, but like when I was there, probably like about 10 years, 10 years. There was a nice looking white lady, and she used to date this white dude.
Mhm.
Why they switch roles? She
Yeah,
started coming to work with a beard and all that other stuff, and he
yeah,
started coming in with wigs, look like a
yeah.
woman.
I've seen that. I've seen that, and it was actually one couple, I think in Vanity Fair or one of them liberal magazines, and they were talking about, the roles changed and the man being able. I'm like, you mean these are cross dressers that are still a man and a female?
Yep.
Because they still had the same parts, they still operated the same way. I'm like, look, I'm just looking at cross dressers. That's exactly what I'm looking at. Y'all can call it whatever you like. I'm looking at a heterosexual couple that are just nuts. That's all.
Yeah, because they still straight. They
Yeah,
still straight. They
it's
just
too.
freaky. They're some freaks.
Yeah, that's what I said. They're just nuts, but they are heterosexual. It's like, stop. She still wants that, and he still wants that. Please, please, like miss me with it. Like y'all try to make stuff something that is not.
So to be clear, you don't believe that women should be in combat roles. They should be in office or office roles
Yeah,
in the military.
things that don't require too much tactical skill.
Okay. So they can still be a machinery mechanics. They can still work on the vehicles and stuff like that. They
Yeah,
can
I
still
mean, I
train to
know,
fly.
yeah, I know women engineers. Okay, yeah, there's still not a lot of them, right? Because women don't dominate the STEM field anyway. Right, so they're not going to ever be, dominating in science, math, all this other stuff, right? Or heavy machinery. Like that's just not something that women and men gravitate to certain jobs, not because men want to hoard over a certain type of jobs. Their biology leads them to a certain job. That like more women are in healthcare
They are.
because
They
their
are.
biology is they want to nurture, they want to help. So it leads them into things like being nurses, doctors, or whatever.
Well, let me throw this at you. How about the fact, and somebody actually mentioned this, how about the fact that there aren't really a whole lot as many, not nearly as many real men who are actually ready for combat roles. Men are sensitive as hell. Men also want to be the opposite sex. Men are extremely entitled nowadays, feel like they can, if they get stressed out and they're dealing with something, then they don't have to listen to whoever's yelling in their faces because they're depressed or they're anxious and they want medication or they're just tapped into their feminine side. Men today are not men yesterday. So sometimes we might need women to take over them roles. How do you feel about that?
No, no. The weakest man is still stronger than the strongest woman. Okay. And you can prove that with Serena Williams. Serena Williams practices with like the when she was like at the top of her game, she
She
was
had to practice
practicing
with
with
men,
like a guy that was in like hundredth and something among men.
and he was still whooping her ass.
He was still mopping the floor with her. And then remember when they tried that whole match competition of her and her sister against the best men? Serena even said it because a lot of people kept saying it. And she was like, look, guys, those men, they're fast because their biology is built that way. It's okay. She's the best woman
Woman
in
in the
tennis,
world.
and that's
Yeah.
fine. That's
Yeah, leave
absolutely
it
fine. There's
there.
nothing wrong with that. She's a great athlete. What's wrong with that? Why can't that be? Oh, now you have to be greater than men. No, the men are going to mop the floor with her, and it just is what it is. It's not
Do
a
you
slight. And if Serena doesn't have a problem with that, I don't know why the liberals have a problem with it.
I agree. She actually was out there front lines talking about that. Like, nah, these men, they're much stronger, they're
They're
faster.
fast. The
We cannot
serve
compete
is
with them.
that's why the whole thing with the trans came up with the young lady that got hit in the head because their serve is harder. Have you ever been in PE class playing dodgeball with boys?
Yeah.
Oh, man, no, no. I was a tomboy, okay? And I would play and play and play until that ball went. I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, we try to take your head off with that joint. We tried to take your whole head off with that joint. We wanted to
Boys
destroy
are,
somebody.
but it's just their biology. Like they weren't trying to hurt me, but you want to play with us. This is how we play. No, sir. I'll sit this one out. Call me when y'all playing basketball or something.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I wouldn't even want a trans in combat. Nothing like the real McCoy. Y'all are sexist. That's what y'all are. Y'all are sexist
Not
and
sex.
and y'all are phobic. Pick one.
Both.
Happy Monday, Van and Mika. I hope you both had an amazing weekend. Van, I hope the
Yes.
party was dope. It was. It was
It was a
phenomenal.
great weekend. It was nice here in Maryland.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was nice. It was nice in Maryland. Mika is over the target.
What that mean?
It just mean that you spot on, that you there.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
thank
you
you.
look,
Thank
look.
you.
Shout out to MJ. Say it again, Mika. More women need to hear that.
They do. Thank you both. Yeah, they
Y'all was
do.
something else.
They do. But I had a good upbringing. I had a father, I had a grandfather. I had a great grandfather.
But I have dated.
So
Yeah, you had good leadership. You had somebody who was, was a real man doing real man stuff. And you have real women doing
mhm.
real women stuff. That's important too.
Yeah, and I'll say this before we go on to the next topic. A lot of the times women don't tell women when they need to sit down, right? Like my mother, my grandmother, they never were in the men's faces all the time. Right? Like when my grandfather would be talking to other men or whatever, she'd go find something to do.
Yeah. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. When I can be in the day going in my family room watching something on Netflix, Stars or something, and let one of my wife's girlfriends come over or one of her lady cousins or something, and they just start talking. I'm sliding out. Like, y'all go do y'all. I don't even need to be
Yeah,
in the
but
mix.
these women be all in the man conversation. Like it's okay if like maybe, your friend bought her dude and yada yada yada. Okay, cool. But a lot of the times I've seen it.
Yeah.
His friends coming over and you're just sitting in and like get up.
Just want to be in the mix.
Yeah. Like if you're not bringing a beer, a sandwich, something like that, bye.
I actually I think I irritated my little brother. We was out in the garage talking, me and my brothers, and then his lady came outside. She came outside to smoke, and I was like, sorry, sweetheart, ain't no more ladies out here, so you're gonna have to go out back or go somewhere else because I'm talking to my brothers. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, Van. And then she went across the street, but I was serious because I like ain't no other women out here. And I wasn't trying to be rude or nothing. I was just saying ain't no other women out here, just the fellas. We out here rapping, and we not about to change our conversation just because it's a lady out
Right, right. And then they get in their feelings, right? When they hear something, right? And trust me, women act like men be the only ones talking about stuff. Because if you go sit in a hair salon,
Oh, y'all worse than us.
you'll hear a lot.
Y'all are worse than us. Oh my gracious, y'all are worse than us. Like, oh
You'll
man, I
hear a
gotta
lot.
go.
So I'm just like, at the end of the day, you gotta stay in your place. There's a times where men and women can be together. And there's a time where you just gotta go sit down and you gotta play your part. And that's how I feel about the whole Pete Hegseth thing. There's a place for women in the military, but again, it's not always what men are doing. And sometimes you just gotta go sit down and you gotta be support. And that's okay.
Why do you think people are attacking him so much though? I mean, because this
Because Pete Hegseth represents what they all hate, which is the white male patriarchy.
the white man patriot. Yeah.
It's as simple as that. It's nothing else. He's fairly young. Okay. All right. He has, things going for him. Yes. Did he mess up and maybe other things? Yes. But that's usually how you get to become a well-rounded male. You actually have to mess up. Men learn that way. Now, maybe there are some things that you can't come back from, but if it's something that you can come back from, you can put that in your Rolodex and be like, look, as a man, I've learned this, that, and the third. But the liberals act like you can't ever mess up. You mess up, you're done. Okay, if that's the case, then you might as well get rid of most of the people in the Democratic Party, if not
Not for
all.
nothing. Not for nothing, Mika. Somebody really taught you well. Like some man in your life took you under their wing and really taught you well.
My daddy.
Shout out to Pops. He did a damn good job with you. For real. Yeah. My man, WTF for real. Shout out to MJ. He said you cooking. You are.
Thank you.
Yeah. Somebody taught you well.
I mean, it's just that natural order. But again, we've been, most of us. I know I grew up where I've only seen pretty much liberals in office. I was underage when George Bush was in office. So
Yeah,
so my whole adulthood has been liberals. But if I didn't grow up in the household that I grew up in, I would probably be like the rest of them, for sure.
Yeah, it was a gang of liberal leadership, and then Trump, and then liberal, and then we're back.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, seeing this, and then I'll have to say that too. Trump reminds me, and maybe that's my quote unquote bias, but I don't mind because my bias is good. Trump reminds me of the men in my household. So I'm used to hearing things bluntly, figuratively, and literally. Trump reminds me. Okay.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm used to hearing blunt things. Most women are not, because either their daddies were simps, or their dad didn't or they didn't have a dad. Because ain't no way no man is not able to say what he needs to say in his own household. Like, that's just crazy.
Well, they say happy wife, happy life.
No. Happy house. No, happy spouse, happy house.
That's what I subscribe to as well.
Which means there's reciprocal things going on.
Everything all right. I rub your feet, you rub my shoulders. Huh?
And even if you don't, sometimes you might be the better massager, and sometimes you might be the better cook. You play your role.
That is true. 1000%. All right. Well, all right. So that was Pete Hegseth. Now we've got to talk about your girl, one of your favorite politicians in the world.
Don't
Jasmine
make me turn my
Crockett.
camera off.
Jasmine Crockett. This is what I want to talk now. Did you see what she said on the Breakfast Club, first of all?
No. What did she say?
All right. So when she was on the Breakfast Club, she said that she had this to say about Byron Donalds. Let me show this to you right quick. I thought this was actually genius. I think they should debate, man. I think they should absolutely debate.
And if we continue to put people into office, and that even means some of our skinfolk who definitely are not our kinfolk, such as Byron Donalds, who are going to continue to say that, like, I mean, the fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, like, is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you? I'm not really sure, like, what it is.
Well, but you couldn't even be married to a white woman under Jim
Correct. And it took Joy to call him out. So I'm like, bro, like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? Like, he just out here, I feel like they give him his talking points and he's like, yes, massa, I got it.
I'm looking like you. I'm looking like you now.
To you, huh?
I'm looking like you now.
Yeah, she was talking real greasy about Byron Donalds. She's talking real greasy about Byron Donalds. I don't think she want that smoke for real. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. I don't think she want that at all.
She definitely don't want that smoke. Byron will mop the floor with that woman. Okay, just on political history, on actually writing laws, on actually sponsoring a bill, on actually voting.
He actually does his job and he gets things done.
I have never seen him skip to my loo. But meanwhile, Jasmine Crockett is skipping down the hallway every day, all day.
Yeah, trying to say something slick and sound.
But what is she saying with that? Like, what's her point with that, right?
What's her point with it?
Yeah, what is her what
Her
is her
point.
point with mentioning the fact that his wife is white? Because if we know most black people's logic, okay, let's just be frank. Most black people, when you are mixed race, will still say, "Oh well, you're black, you're black, you're
Right.
black."
Right.
Okay, well then, what does his wife have to do with it then? But
She was
see,
free.
this is why I tell you that I don't I say what I am, because when you are either married to the other, if you are half, all that good stuff, they will use it against you on both sides. You should be with us because you're black. And then, oh no, you're not. You're not like us because you're not black. Well, which one is it?
Or you're not like us because you got a white wife, or you're not like us. That didn't work for Kamala, though. When we said Kamala had a white husband, oh no, don't talk about that.
Well, first of all, they know Kamala ain't black. Kamala is not black.
We know that now. I mean,
No, you know, you look. There are Indians that are just your color. Okay. There's tons of Asians that are your color.
can't nobody say you better thank a union member and sound like that and not be black. Ain't no black person cooking no greens without putting them in our bathtub.
Hillary Clinton, eyes is not tired. Hillary
She did.
Clinton had the same accent, and she's white.
I seen AOC talking with some spirit, and she also had the same accent. It's like they
AOC
share it.
sounded like Salinas. And I'm like, ma'am, you've never talked like that. You've never been to Puerto Rico in your life.
But I think the overall thing was, and she does try to flip it. Jasmine Crockett, she just freestyles to pander to her audience, and she was just pretty much trying to hit him below the belt and point out things that will win her points in the eyes of an ignorant Democrat, whether you're black, gay, or white liberal. She was just trying to hit him low and say something that would help serve her point, saying that he's out of touch, saying something like what he said about Jim Crow, black people being in a better position than we are now, as far as how
he
we
was
were with
spot on. He was absolutely correct.
He was, and that's
because
why she tried to
they
paint him.
had to one because you had Jim Crow, you could not go to other places, right? So you were forced to use that what's called, and see, that's why I know she doesn't know anything, because you have to know the history on that. There was something called the Green Book, right? And they would have hotels that they could stay in, stops along the way, so they wouldn't stop in these sundown towns, all these things that were black, right? And so it forced you to have your own economy. And on top of that, you had places that already had black economy, and it's not just Tulsa.
Right.
Like there were multiple cities like that. So I don't know what she's talking about. Like that woman is the way.
I don't think she knows what she's talking about. But her whole point of that entire conversation was to separate black people who vote black and black people who vote white. And the reason why Byron Donalds does what he does is because he's the house slave that listens to everything that Massa says, and it's easier for him to do it because he has a white wife.
So, okay, let's just call Kamala black for the sake of this argument. I mean, she has strong hand Dougie. Okay. Strong hand Dougie is as white as they come.
Pim hand is strong. He's yeah.
He smack them back.
Yeah, he do.
Apparently he's smacking them so hard they turning all around and they going to tell the child she got strong hand Dougie. Okay. What is the difference? What is the difference? You actually have and you would get a better argument out of Kamala. And that's because she has the man. The man is white, not the woman.
Right.
So the lead in this situation is white. The lead in Byron's situation is him. He's black. He's gonna be black. I don't think he's changing. He's dark to me.
He's not
So,
going to change. He's not
like,
going to change.
what is she
He's not
talking
changing.
about? She did the same thing with when she lied about the 2 seats with the 2 Republican seats and it's only 1 Republican seats and one is Wesley Hunt, who's as dark as they go. But she said to everybody else that he was white. I'm like, was she trying to be facetious or was she just outright lying like she's normally doing?
I think she's probably outright lying. I mean, anything it takes for her to score some points. Like, I honestly don't think she'll be able to have a substantive back and forth with Candace Owens. But the first thing that she will point out is that she's married to a white man. That's all that it takes in Black America. I mean, in the Black culture, especially if you're a Democrat, you just point out the fact that they are married to a traitor. Like King Kong consciousness, he says it all the time. She's sleeping with the enemy.
But all of the Democratic women, a lot of them are married to white men.
A lot of them. Letitia James.
A lot of them are married to white men.
Yeah.
I'm not understanding what the problem is.
Yeah.
And I really don't care that they are. But what is the problem? If you're not going to, if it doesn't change their stance, or if it doesn't make them any less Black, then why does that make Byron Donalds?
They just want to win the argument. It's the dumbest stuff ever. I was about to curse, but I want to use my words.
Yeah. I mean, even though, I know you guys like to say, AOC is a person of color, but AOC is a white Latina. Okay.
Sandy.
It's Sandy. Yes. Sandy is white.
Sandy is a white Latina.
As my friend likes to call them, spicy white. Okay, because in the Latino community, you have people that are Black, you have people that are mixed, and you have people that are white.
And Sandy
now her
is white.
nationality, maybe Puerto Rican. But you have non people of color in the Hispanic and Latino community. There's plenty of them. Cameron Diaz is Latino. Sofia Vergara. Okay.
I don't know that one. I want you to do me a favor.
Sofia Vergara. She's on that show with I always forget this man's name because he played Al Bundy. But he was on
her.
Yes.
Oh man, she's a brick house.
Yes. Well, she's white.
Sorry, what?
She's white. Spain is in Europe.
The one that's married to Al Bundy on that TV show?
Yes. She's white. Spain is in Europe. I don't know why people vergeten this, but it's right by Italy.
I'm gonna tell you something about her. What's her name? Sofia Vergara.
Longoria. Thank you. There y'all go.
Man, that one. Jesus be offense. God is good.
Okay, Shakira.
I used to love Shakira too. She looked like Beyonce when she first came out.
Oh, Beyonce looked like Shakira. And you can take that for however you want to take it. Yeah. Okay. But that's my point. That's my point. Okay. That you have all of those people in the Latino community. So what she does is she uses that. AOC uses that to say what she want to say, to do what she wants to do. But ma'am, you're white. You are the same thing. You just a ethnic white or a spicy white, whatever you want to call it.
So what do you call Jasmine Crockett? What kind of Black is she? Is she a hood Black? Is she a ghetto Black? Is she a wannabe Black? She cosplay?
She ignorant. Wig wearing. I wouldn't even mind the wigs. The wigs just be ill-fitted. Like, once it start lifting up, ma'am, throw it away. Like if you can lift your eyebrows and it raises, throw the wig away. It's not that hard.
Here she is right here talking about being single and how she's how everybody speculates, and she got a message for all of y'all inside of the chat.
This is what I say. I say you got hoodwinked, and that's okay. That's okay. Because as I was just telling somebody just a minute ago, I have dated in my life. I know they've been talking about whether or not I'm married and all this other stuff. I'm not married, never married, okay? Just want to get that out there. But I have dated. And I will say, any of us that have ever dated, we've been hoodwinked a time or two, where we just sat there and we thought that he was going to be so great for us because he sold us on all the things, or her, okay? And then we realized they ain't shit. That's where we are, and that's okay. What matters is that you wake up and you say, this is not the one for me.
Why are you shaking your head in disgust? Then you wake up and you realize they ain't sugar honey iced tea. So she just letting us know that random dudes are
Yeah,
going to bed with her.
translation. I had a whole phase. I still have a whole phase at 90. And child, they probably woke up and saw that pile on the floor. That's what happened. The wig is gone. The lashes is gone. Like everything is gone.
She remind me of on I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Yeah.
You see, wait a minute. You old enough to see I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker?
No, I've seen it on TV. You remember when movies used to come on TV?
Yeah.
I saw it on TV one time.
And then they took off their hair, the eyelashes, the breast.
You remember
butt,
when
off a leg?
You remember when Will Smith got stuck in the basement with Tisha Campbell?
Yes.
On the Fresh Prince?
Yes.
Okay. And she was like, can you open this? He was like, I can't open it. He was like, use your nails. She was like, here.
It just took them all off.
And he was like,
and then dropped them.
Yes, that's Jasmine Crockett. Just
why she always gotta sound ghetto though? Why? How does that benefit her to sound like that? Who's her audience? Is her constituents pleased by the way she represents herself?
Yes, they are. Unfortunately, you know, growing up, being raised by the white side of my family, I got to see, now whether you agree with it or not, I got to see how white people separate themselves, okay? What they feel that is degenerate, they will separate from, okay? The problem with Black people is they highlight it. They don't separate from it. They run to it. We talked about this before about leaning into stuff. Yeah. They lean into this. Like they lean into this type of behavior. Even the ones that are educated, smart, don't need to act like that, don't need to be around none of that, don't have to do anything about it. No, they just lean into it. Right? And then when other Black folks try to call it out and separate it, it's, oh, you're being divisive. Oh, you don't want to be Black. No, I don't want to be around degeneracy.
Yeah, you think you better.
You can find that in every race, and every other race absolutely separates from degeneracy.
We definitely lean into it. It just becomes who we are. I ain't got no sense. I say anything to anybody. I'm loud. I do this. I do that. And it'd be the most ridiculous thing in the world that we can stop doing in a moment's notice, and we just decide to just fully lean into it and make it a part of who we are.
Oh, let's not judge. No, I'm judging. Because like my grandmother used to tell me that, like, you are who you're around. You are. Whether you act like that or not. Because it's the perception. So she doesn't mind that perception. And she thinks that makes her more relatable. because unfortunately, the people who vote like that do act like that.
Yeah, because she
Because
sound like
when I see the smart, educated ones like what's her name? Dang, I don't know why it's escaping me. But the one that used to do used to be the Secretary of State. I don't know why it's escaping me. But
talking about hold on.
I don't know why the name is escaping me right now. But what I'm saying is when she would carry herself like a woman, the black women talked about her hair. Okay.
You talking about Rice,
Yes.
Condoleezza?
Yes, Condoleezza. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
They would talk about her hair. Oh, her hair is nappy. All the, I mean, and for what it's worth, poor Candace out here with a hot comb because they were doing the same thing to Candace. Oh, her edges don't lay down. So, like, what? Why? She's black,
Candace looks good. I don't know what they think.
right? But what I'm saying is, Candace used to just wear her hair, her hair just pulled back.
Naturally. Yeah.
Yeah, naturally.
And it wasn't
And
good
they
enough for
talked
black
about
people.
her so much. So I understand why she started doing different things, right? But because she's human, I understand it. But at the same time, it didn't come from white people. There were no white people in her comment section talking about, look at your hair, why your edges don't lay down. It was black people.
It's always us. It's always us. Why do we do that to each other? It's like we install hate, we install doubt where there is none. We install all that in each other. Do we not want each other to feel good?
What is she teaching with this? I'm asking, just like I asked with the Byron Donalds one. What is Jasmine Crockett teaching with saying that no, I've never been married but I dated a lot. What is she teaching with that?
She's honestly just rambling. She has a microphone in her face and she feels like she is talented enough to go at a moment's notice and entertain. She don't know what the hell she's saying. She's just trying to entertain this white boy.
What's her? Hold on. Who said this? Hold on.
What happened?
I don't even know what.
You don't know what edges.
Okay. Real quick. So I have curly hair. I have natural curly hair, right? And so I have hair that lays separate from the rest of my hair. And so that's what these are. Now, on Jasmine Crockett, those are not real ones. Those are not real edges. Those come from the wig. She has to lay those down. That's what edges are. Just want to help Renee out. That's my girl.
So
baby hairs. Exactly, Jessica. Yes.
Yeah, these
but that's that woman's hair.
Yeah, that's her. That's her hair. Those are good edges.
Yes, that's her hair. You see that? Yes, that's how mine is. Mine are very long.
Oh right? My God, you teaching people about edges.
Yeah, because they're trying to understand what is that keep lifting up off of Jasmine Crockett's head. I understand. It's okay. Those are good edges right there, though. But yes, so on unfortunately, Candace has the thickest hair texture, and black people used to tease her about her hair, and I'm just like, it's the same hair you have.
The same exact hair, and the fact that she's comfortable enough and she feels comfortable in her skin. Candace, not only did Candace not try to do the most with her hair, but she didn't even put on a whole bunch of makeup. They had an issue with that too.
Yeah, I mean, she does makeup now, but it's a natural look. It's still not doing too much. It's not all that contour. It's just it's just a natural look. And
what's
it's
contour?
Fine.
What's
contour is when they try to look like the transgender men that used to do drag.
Why do women want to look like a goddamn man?
I don't know.
And then attract men by looking like a man. What?
They think it's sexy. They think it's sexy. right? A little bit of makeup is nice. A little bit of makeup is nice, right? If you got a cute, pretty face or whatever, a little bit of makeup, it's cute. But that ridiculous stuff, all that contour, is crazy. And you end up looking harsh. You get like, yeah. It's meant for men who wanted to look like women because they needed to soften up their features. That's why it works on them. It don't work on women.
Man, I don't
It's
get it. I,
crazy.
I don't get it. Hold on one second. No, I don't get it at all. I don't get it, man. I just don't like. Honestly, I want Jasmine Crockett to do great things. I want her to wake up and do a Tulsi Gabbard, realize that she's on the wrong side, and at least be fair about things, whether you're a Democrat or not. But at the end of the day,
Have you
I
seen
think she's
Maxine
so
Waters?
busy.
So have you seen Maxine Waters?
I hope she's not on her way to becoming Maxine Waters.
That's what she's on her way to becoming.
Oh man, look at J-Lo's. Look at J-Lo's is wild. That's them Cuban
No, don't you do it. Don't you do it. J-Lo is Puerto Rican. You leave that over there. She is from the block of the Bronx. She is not from La Habana.
How you not gonna
AKA
claim
Havana.
J-Lo? Those not Cuban edges?
Those is definitely not Cuban edges. Cubans have curly black hair.
I used to love her when she used to dance on The Living Color. But then when she
Oh, when
started
she-
singing, I'm like, come on, babe.
Now hold on now.
Give me the mic, baby.
I gonna lie. I grew up off of J-Lo songs. I did like J-Lo and Ja Rule. Don't do that. She never sung a lick. Not one of them songs. But the songs was fire.
The songs are good. Because Ja Rule's a great rapper. I mean, a great
The
writer.
songs was fire.
He's a great writer. He's a phenomenal writer. Like
Okay. The
writing
songs
is
was fire.
everything.
But this version right here is one not trying to own the fact that you are an older woman, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. You've had an amazing career, but you still are trying to fit into the youth. At best, she looked about 40 something here at best,
Yeah.
right? It's like step into your own. Like you've evolved. You look great.
She looks
Why
great.
can't you be what you are? 55.
Yeah, be
It's okay.
yourself. Like you ain't gotta be Jenny from the block no more.
No. Yeah, you far from that. You about 10 men, 5 marriages,
And the first
2
one was Diddy.
kids, and a dog removed.
Oh, Jesus. I think Diddy messed her up. She was good before Diddy. Or was Diddy good before her? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna reserve my Diddy comments, child, because I don't like. I can't do Diddy at all. I've never liked Puffy. What am I looking at? I see high calorie individuals, but
It's the new man and woman combo. Like,
hold on. I'm still confused.
they still selling draws. It's just this is the new body positivity draws. And gender free draws. Like it's like every gender can wear every draws. Like in 1992, the men wore men draws and the women wore women draws. In 2023, the men wearing women draws, top and bottom, and so are the women. And you don't know which one is which. Because I think that the woman is probably a man in this one, and the man is probably, I don't know.
Somebody said the man doesn't affect. What is happening? I'm so confused. What is that?
What is that? Who is that?
Is that a man back there, or is that?
I think, I hope that's a man. Look like DJ Khaled, little brother or sister. Either way.
But I'm confused.
Me too. And that's how it should be. This is where we are right now. This is America.
Now the first Calvin Klein picture that's an awesome pic. It's cute. Like it's really cute.
That's young Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. But it looks really nice.
Yeah.
What is under the bra? That's what's throwing me off. Shouldn't that be stuffed up in there too? Like, that is the worst underboob I've ever seen in my life.
He got too much for a wife beater. He got too much for a wife beater. Is there any men or women in 2023? Nope. That's when we became
that's what they're trying to move to. That's what they want.
Gender neutral?
They no, yeah, they want everything to be neutral. Like, you don't see it. Like, the man is a woman. Oh, transgender man.
Yeah.
Oh, but why he still got the boobs? Why she still got? How did she get chest hair?
Is that a she though? Don't call him a she, because why are you calling him a
No,
she?
no. I'm talking about they said the man is actually a woman, so it's a she.
How in the hell they get that hair? Was that from
How they get the chest hair?
The same way that they got the beard hair. They took them daggone puberty blockers.
Nah, I've seen. Okay. You know some women with mustaches. So with that being said,
your voice got deep as hell.
yeah, you gotta drop the baritone.
It's a nice baritone. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have to take that off. Like, look, I'm not with it, but if you're going to be doing this, I don't like that in between stuff. I need you to look as close to whatever you keep thinking you are. That Saucy Santana look confuses me.
Oh, Lord.
It confuses me, and it's just absolutely weird. Like, you can't have a beard and nails. Like, you cannot do this. I need you to pick one. It's already weird. It's already crazy. Pick. Okay? To have chest hair and a bra.
This is why Tim Walz put tampons inside the boys' bathroom.
This is why.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And speaking of him, did you see him?
What he had on the bra too?
He might, because he a cuck. Can I say that?
Yes, you already said it. Can I say what I just now said? That's not gonna get you in trouble, is it?
Oh no, I was just wondering if I could say that on the channel.
Absolutely.
But no, Tampon Timmy, he decided to, go on the campaign trail with Lil Bjork.
Why?
And did you hear what he was saying?
No.
Yeah, he was up there talking about, his son. Like, he has no control over his family. You already know how his daughter acts. But his son, apparently, he was trying to discipline him, and his son told him that he was
about Trump kicked his ass.
Yeah, that he should shut up because so says the man that Trump kicked his ass. And I was just like, if that was my daddy.
Yeah, that's pretty petty.
That would have been a Selena and Joe Jackson ass whooping.
Yeah, that was a little petty right there. And she's talking about this right here, gang. This is what she's talking about.
So I got an 18-year-old, Gus, and I'm with Gus out there, and I'm having one of those dad talks with him. I was giving Gus my wisdom on what he had done wrong. I was because I know these things, right? I'm the dad. In the middle of it, he gives me the old, Says the guy who got his ass kicked by Donald Trump. And I'm like, okay.
Nope. I'd have got whooped by my white and black side. Bob would have whooped me, and so would Sean. Okay.
Tim Waltz allows Gus to express himself. What's the matter with that?
Yeah, no.
Let me
My
ask you this
parents
then.
made sure to tell me that this is definitely not a democracy.
Well, let me ask you this. Was his son lying?
No, his son's straight facts. That's why his son said it.
You're not supposed to say
No, his
it,
son
though,
was kicking
son.
facts.
Keep it to yourself.
His son was kicking facts. Okay. But you still gonna get your
Yeah, you're gonna get it when we get home. Talking all that sugar honey iced tea.
which tells me that's what his kids think of him.
That's sad, man.
Like, okay, so Donald Trump's kids know that he quote unquote lost, right? You don't see Donald Trump's kids talking to him like that.
I mean, Donald Trump's kids know that he was robbed.
But Donald Trump's kids, regardless, though, I've never seen such poised children like in the spotlight.
Mika, let me tell you something. Some people don't understand. When I looked at how his children regard him, they look at this man as that's Pops. That's the man. Like, they don't praise or worship him. What they do is they adhere to his instruction. They honor him as their dad. And they not only do it with what they say, they do it with their actions. All of them. I was looking at that when I voted for him.
Appreciate having a father.
Yeah.
Like even because they all he got a bunch of baby mamas, but they all of the kids, no matter who they're from, have
got a bunch of baby mamas.
Respect.
They all got different moms.
Yeah.
Okay, Trump.
But he married those women.
Okay, but he still gave him that hot pull-out game, that makeup pull-out game great again. Oh man, I should put that on a t-shirt. Make a pull-out game great again. Dang.
You know what?
Well, off-topic question. Was the right to vote for men given mostly because of the relation of being drafted for war? If so, should women be drafted since they got the right to vote?
Weren't we just talking about this? What I said, my friend said, because that goes right into that.
They shouldn't even been voting.
There are a lot of people, and a lot of women are going to feel a way about it, but I think it goes to the factor of, if I'm not doing certain things, why do I get to have a say about it? Right? So women, right? They're not drafted. They're not in the selective service. We don't have to sign up. But if you got a baby boy, well, now none of them have to sign up because Kamala and them had it automatic now. But if you got a baby boy, he got to go sign up. Why? Why doesn't your little girl have to do it? But you want to put her on the same level as the man when the responsibility is not the same. Yeah, your little girl can go work a job, right? But nobody expects her to have to take care of a family. And if she does, you're going to hear about it from males and females. What is he doing? What is he doing? What is her man doing? What is her man doing? So even when they kind of do the same thing, it's still not an expectation there.
At all. But back in the day, the man was supposed to. They wanted the man to vote. They wanted the man's vote to represent the household. That
Because it
won't work.
should.
It should. The man's vote should represent the household. I'm going out there representing my last name, my bloodline.
You're going out there representing your
you.
team.
Yeah.
Okay. You when the team gets together, they huddle, they all talk, and then one person is the captain, and that one speaks.
Well, women don't have anybody. I mean, well, a lot of these women aren't getting married like they used to. So should they not have a voice?
Should they not have a voice on what?
Voting. Should they not vote?
Okay.
Like if they don't have a man in their household to go vote.
Okay, here's the thing. This is the argument. Why do you get a vote on something that you don't have to do? Right? It's almost like, how Congress will go and say, yeah, let's go to war, but none of your kids are going.
None of them. At all.
So you're going to vote to send my kid.
You're damn right. Not sending mine.
So the argument is that a lot of women don't understand that they have the right to vote, but you're not understanding what that vote is actually doing to others. Because now you're voting for men to have to go to war. Now you're voting for men to have to do this, that, and the third. Like, women are, not all, but some women don't understand the power that voting comes with. They're just like, I should have the right. I should have the right. Okay. With great response, with great authority comes great responsibility.
Right.
And a lot of times women don't want that responsibility. I can tell you right now, I don't want the responsibility. I have to remember bills. I don't want it. I don't want it. It's stressful. I don't want it. Right? There's a lot of things that I'd rather do than worry about bills.
Lord, yeah, who you telling? Jesus.
Right? But and I'm not saying that men want that, but men will gladly, for a woman they love or for a family, will gladly take on the stress and go out and do things, right? But when that role is solely placed on women, you can see the uptick in stressful situations. Like a lot of women are on more medication than ever. Why? Because they're being forced to do things that naturally aren't meant for us to do. A lot of women think just because you're not the one talking, you're not helping making the game plan. I always tell women to look at 300. Look at the movie 300.
The movie
300, when the guy came to I guess threaten the king.
Uh-huh.
Right before he kicked him in the hole.
Uh-huh.
He looked back at his wife.
Oh yeah.
His wife didn't say 2 words.
She knew.
She gave the nod.
Yeah, go ahead. You got this. Boom. I am Sparta. Okay.
But what I'm saying is women got to understand like how to actually be able to be in a role. You have it's not that you don't have a say. You just don't always have to be the lead.
And here's my thing, and you might not agree with this, but I believe women have way more power in relationships than if you play it the way that you're supposed to play it as a woman. You be the woman, let the man be the man, and you will control way more than you believe you can. You control. You can even have the man believing that he run things.
Femininity and submissiveness get a lot more
gets you a long way
than combative women.
Facts. I agree with that 1000%. YCC sent a message to you. He said, just like the Electoral College, Micah. Then said, I meant Mika. No disrespect to your name. You ain't gotta correct your spelling for Mika.
No, you good. My grandfather could never pronounce that name, so he gave me a whole nother nickname, child.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
He used to call you Mickey, Micka.
He chopped it
Just
up. So he
butcher
gave
that
me a
joint.
new name. It's okay. I'm used to it. It's all right. But thank you for the super chats.
Well, I want y'all to hear this right here. This is the last thing I want to play for you guys.
Okay.
Please make sure y'all do me a favor, hit the like button. Some of y'all are here that did not like the video. That's okay. I'm gonna take my like back.
This is a message from an OG lesbian. The acronym LGBTQ+ is not a representation of a united community, but the strategic force teaming of the LGB with the TQ+ that serves a dark agenda to rebrand sexual fetishes and disorders as sexual orientations. For what was once a legitimate civil rights movement, gay rights, has been hijacked quite literally by the TQ+ and used as a Trojan horse to mainstream their degeneracy. First, we have the untouchable Ts, the trans cult, who want to sterilize children with puberty blockers, turn all homosexuals into surgical simulations of straight people, and destroy women's rights to enable men's fetishes. Then we have the Qs, young men feminized by sissy porn, furries and pups who fetishize bestiality, and even adult babies who fetishize infancy are all accepted and protected by the rainbow umbrella that magically transforms all scrutiny into bigotry. But the thing that requires the most scrutiny is the unspecified plus at the end, a placeholder for what's coming next. MAPS, or minor attracted people, a euphemism that is already being used to describe pedophiles who are waiting in the wings for their time to shine. Because the LGBTQ+ sexual psyop is not about promoting tolerance of diversity. It's about grooming society to accept depravity. And as an L, I renounce all association with it and the LGBs who are accessories to the fact. And I urge you to do the same and join the movement for LGB without the TQ+, because we need to divorce people and we need it stat.
What was the name of that LG? What was the name of the this OG lesbian? Oh, she ain't got no name. Just call her the OG lesbian with the flannel shirt rolled up to her. Let's go, flannel shirt. All right, what she said a lot.
Here in DC, you know, they call it the old gays. Mm-hmm.
The old gay?
The old gays. They be like, oh, he old gay. Because they got different standards. But she's absolutely correct. She's absolutely 100% correct. I tell people this all the time, that you want to see misogyny. You're going to tell me that a man could tell me what a woman is because you get to dress like a woman. That is misogyny, not straight men. That's misogyny right there. You're going to tell me what a woman is, and then you get to wear it like a costume.
Completely walking over all your damn rights.
Yeah. And then I have to acquiesce to you. That it makes absolutely no sense. And so therefore, that's where it comes in. So when she's talking about, the misogyny and all that, she's talking about that. She's not talking about straight people at all. And she's right about the plus. Because I was saying LGBT. Next thing I know, it's the you forgot the plus and the I and the Q and the carry the one. I was just like,
all of that.
Hold on, who is those? Because it's like she said, you don't have to agree with somebody's lifestyle, but there's a difference between gays and lesbians and all the rest of that stuff. Like,
that's a lot of stuff. And what's this minor attractive person stuff?
Okay.
What the hell is that
about?
So,
oh no, that's been out. You know about NAMBLA.
I do not know about NAMBLA. If they talk
Yeah,
about the minor
National Boy
what?
the National Boy Loving NAMBLA.
Was I supposed to be familiar with that acronym?
No, I'm just it's out there.
Holy crap. That is weird.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I knew they were going that way when they got on the whole children, trans children. And the reason why, one, I'm against it because they're children. Okay. Like if your son like to throw glitter, it's fine. Let him throw glitter. Do not change him from no boy to a girl, giving him puberty blockers, all this other stuff. No, let the boy grow up. Maybe he's just around too many females. Let him throw his little glitter, whatever. You wait until he gets old enough. Because sometimes children are influenced by things, but they're a child. So if we're not going to let children drink alcohol, if we're not going to let children smoke cigarettes, okay, if we're not going to let children drive and do everything else, why would I let him tell me who he likes? He's a child. It makes absolutely no sense. So I don't care if he throws glitter or not. Leave the children alone.
What's this with throwing glitter?
Milk and cookies. Leave that boy alone. Let him grow up. Okay. And then, but I knew when they started attacking the children, that's where they were going, right? Because they disguise it as, activism for trans children. Okay. Why are we talking to children about sexuality, period?
Period. Facts, 1000%. No, we're not having that conversation at all. What's the point?
Why are we talking about this? And the reason why I say throw glitter, meaning that he's up there, he's up there with girls.
I got you.
Right? But a lot of the times, it's just I've seen it. A lot of the times it's just who these little boys are around. You put them in a different environment, they act a different way. Right? So a lot of the times it's just the environment. It's not what they're actually into. Boys that, grow up in a certain type of home, yeah, they're going to be a lot more feminine. It is what it is. Right? But you take them out of that environment, put them in, some contact sports with talking to some men, they can change. Why are we sitting here talking to children about what they want to do sexually? Because being whatever they are on the spectrum, because they got all this stuff, whatever they are, is who they want to sleep with. The L, the G, the B, all of that. And then, the other stuff. So why are we talking to them about this? Like, that would be like talking to me as a kid and saying, oh, well, since she likes going outside, playing football with the boys, she must want to be a boy. No, I just like playing football. And that's all it was. But you change the environment. I could easily go, and I did. I could easily go play with the girls and paint my nails. A lot of the times it's just the environment. These are children. They're still developing. Why are we stopping developmental growth? Because maybe the boy will grow out of it. It's probably his environment. I'm sure it's his environment. I mean, you got people with infants. I've seen it, 3-year-olds. The 3-year-old is a lady in London. She was on the news on what is it, BBC or something, whatever. She's like, oh, I have a trans kid. It's a mom and a sister. So he's putting on makeup and stuff, right? And she's saying, oh, my kid is trans. I'm like, your kid is not trans. Your kid is bored and he's in the house with his mother and his sister. He wants to play. If the sister gets to play with makeup, he's like, hey, I want to play. It's not gay. It's his environment. But now she's like, yeah, I'm gonna, change his name. I'm gonna put hair on him. For what? It sounds like the boy is bored. Why don't you put him in something? Why don't you find some man that can actually mentor him, since you don't have his daddy? He's not gay, but you're gonna make him gay. You keep pushing it.
That's probably what you want to do. Being gay nowadays is a flex, or knowing somebody that's having a transsexual kid. Whew, Jesus,
that's awful.
It's ridiculous, man.
But that's what they're getting to. They're by doing that, though, you're saying that children can make up their minds, and if they can make up their minds about what sex they want to be, what sexuality they like, why can't they make up their minds about sex? And that's what they're getting to. Pedos.
Yeah, damn that plus. Damn it, plus. Have a bunch of milestones and rope. God dang it.
Look this is, chat.
And they got girl toys.
Man, that's a girl toy. What you doing with a girl toy, damn it? I don't give a damn what you had. You don't play with no girls' toys, boy. Didn't I tell you that? Come here. What I told you. Don't play with what? Leave that shit alone.
And that's all it takes.
If I turn you to a pack, boy.
But you see what it is, right?
He's around a bunch of girls.
He's around a bunch of sisters. He just wants to play.
He just wants to play and be a kid.
Right. But there's somebody there to correct it, right? So what I'm saying is, a lot of the times that's just what it is. It's just the environment. The kid is not this or that, but you're going to turn him in that because you're pushing him there, and thus sets in a mindset.
You know what's wild? If it was a woman in the room, she probably would be like, "Oh, he can play with that toy. Ain't nothing wrong with him playing with that toy." Like, let the man do what the man is doing. Let the man do what the man do. Let him guide.
Liberal woman, because my mama.
It would have been a liberal woman.
Better.
It would have been a liberal woman. It wouldn't have been no conservative woman at all. It would have been a liberal woman.
Knew better.
It would have been a liberal woman.
If you have grievance, you better talk about it on the 3rd floor with the door closed. Every time I knew my parents were talking, but we could never hear it.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
I used to have a rule in my house. I didn't allow my wife or anybody to curse at or around my children at all. But the women in my family are very headstrong, and I do know that one of them would have saw that little boy playing with that toy and been like, "Ain't nothing wrong with him playing with that toy." Now you got to correct the woman in front of the kids. We got to have this conversation in front of the kids. No, I'm doing right, but let me do what I got to do for my son.
But if you have a grievance, you talk about it with the adult away from the child.
That's old school. You must be old school. Mika is
I'm definitely that way. Because why does the child need to? First of all, it's none of the child's business. That's why a lot of these women going, "Well, my daddy disrespected my mom." How do you know? You are a child.
Because don't nobody set boundaries in their homes. A lot of people don't have we need to talk in another room, or we'll have this conversation later, or everything is all out in the open, and certain expletives and discussing things that the kids don't even understand. Like, it's just ridiculous, man. In Minnesota, if your child wants to be opposite sex, and you refuse to assist, the state can take your child and give puberty blockers, thanks to Tampon Timmy, and that's unfortunate. That's some bullshit, sugar honey ice. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's nuts. I'm sorry. I used to like to play with Barbies when I was little. I used to like to take like He-Man and I used to hump the Barbies. Like,
What's wrong with you?
I'm so serious. I used to like
Where
I
did you
had
see?
Lion
So where
on
did
from
you see that
Thundercat.
at?
Huh?
Where did you see that at? How would you know to do that? Where did you see that at? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
That's not
children getting this.
important.
That's children getting exposed to stuff too early.
I got exposed to stuff very early when I was younger, extremely early.
I mean, girls used to say that, I was weird because when I got to junior high, these girls were way more advanced than me. I got to wear lip gloss for the first time, and they had on, lipstick and all this stuff. I'm like, damn, I'm out here with this color lip gloss. I mean, the little clear lip gloss, thinking
Think
I'm
you
doing
doing
something.
something.
I went back to my grandma. I said, Grandma, can I wear this? The girls at school wearing this. She said, no. And I'm like, why not? And my grandmother had red lipstick. And she said, because red is for hookers and harlots. That's what she used to always say.
You better not ask her. Then, Grandma,
Yeah.
why you got on red lipstick?
Yeah, because
Slap the hell out you.
my grandmother didn't want me to be an adult too early.
Too fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy your
Yeah.
childhood.
Yeah.
Enjoy your childhood. Thank you so much, Deborah and Courtney and YCC and all of you guys for the super chats.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta tell the kids to enjoy their childhood, but you definitely have to guide them too. But I'm so serious. This one video right here, I know for a fact that there will be if a black woman was in the room, 9 times out of 10, she would have said, no, he can play with that toy. What are you doing taking that toy? Not only a black woman, I would say a liberal woman. Let me say that. Not a because it's a liberal mindset. Like,
And most and because we 92%, most black women are liberal. So you can say black women because a great majority of them are. The little 8% left will say and that ain't many of them. It is what it is. Like, you got to start telling the truth or you can't correct anything. You can't correct it. And that's what's wrong. Most won't tell women, black women,
that they wrong.
yeah. And if you never get corrected, if you don't correct a child, what happens? They grow up thinking everything they do is sufficient.
Is right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get over if the woman, because usually the woman tries to correct the man in front of the children, then the kids start to think that they ain't gotta listen to the man.
That's exactly what
They
happens.
listen to the woman. My kids knew
Because
better.
they're gonna look at you like you're gonna
Let me tell you. Yeah, but here's the thing with my kids will tell you today, like they 27, 25, 20, I'm 23 and 19. They'll tell you today, mommy is in control of a lot of things, but the final say is not one of them. The final say is, and the reason why she's in control of a lot of things is because that's her gifts. She works within her gifts. I work within my gifts. That's how it's supposed to be. Well, when it comes to final say, if daddy ain't said, even if mommy said it, daddy, what you think, daddy? I'm like, well, listen, you better listen to your mother. Listen to mother. But I get the final say though. Trust me, it's never a time where I tell them to do something and my wife gets to veto whatever I tell them to do. It does not work that way.
Like I told you, my mother, I've never heard my mother say a word. Not a
She had that quiet strength, that silent strength.
yeah. That's where your power is. Most women don't know that. You always gotta talk back. Always got everything. Everything doesn't require that.
Most women don't understand. Well, a woman should understand this. A man would do anything for you. You ain't got to yell or force him to do it. He wants to do. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to smile all the time. He wants you to have a soft life if he can provide it. So when a woman starts to act all aggressive and manly and masculine, it's a complete turn off. It's like we're competing against each other for that top spot, the top dog spot. And it's BS.
But that's what's being taught, right? And then when I encounter young women and I try to talk to them about it, they're like, "Oh, but my mama said he gonna run over me. Woo, woo, woo. He gonna run over you anyway if he gonna run over you, right?" So, what are we doing all of this, like all of that for? Like, they have no femininity. They don't know how to love anything. Like, it's just
None.
there's not a nurturing bone, spirit, nothing.
Wow. You just now made me realize that I got some trauma from somewhere, and I don't know from where, because I definitely did make my man toys hump the women toys.
And you definitely saw something, because
I
there's no
definitely saw
reason your toys should be doing it.
something.
Because you know what I was doing? My Barbies, I was cutting up the hair. I was, putting markers on them, thinking I'm doing makeup on them, because I
You
used to
was
see my grandma
adding you
do
was
her
adding
makeup.
Jasmine Crockett lashes to your Barbies.
Oh man, if I had them as kids, man, like a Mr. Potato Head, I'd have been
That's what it is, Miss
That's
Potato
exactly
Head.
what it is. That's exactly what it is. Just
Oh my
come on.
God.
No.
MJ said you need to do a seminar. I swear, I need to get a glazing banner. Where's a glazing banner?
Shut up. You stay here. No, it's honestly not like I'm not progressive at all, right? But I'm not regressive either. Meaning men and women have equal rights, like as a human. They're not equal though. And we're not. We're not equal. And it's okay. Because we have different strengths, we have different thought patterns. It's okay. And if we focused on that instead of focusing on, trying to make us the same, we have more families.
1000%. But families are not as attractive as as they used to be, and they're trying to get rid of them, unfortunately.
You know what? It is they are not glazing. They understand the truth. Okay? Because they
Nah,
could,
no.
you know how I say in my videos on my channel, I'd be like, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. You could let me know. I could be wrong. Thank you. I could be wrong. I doubt it, but I could be wrong.
You could be wrong.
I could be wrong. I'm always willing to have an open dialogue. I could be wrong.
Yeah, and
But
that's what it's about. I love having open
but
dialogue.
I come from no divorce in my family.
You said no.
All of the women in my family are married. All of them.
I come from no divorce in my family. Nobody just never got married. They just had baby mothers and baby fathers.
I don't have any of those.
For real?
No
You ain't got no
baby,
baby mothers and baby fathers in your family?
not one.
Wow, your family now. Y'all need some baby fathers and baby mothers.
Nah. Because that brings in money that goes out the house.
That's amazing, actually. Like, shout out to your family for I don't know, being that example that everyone needed, being that force.
Yeah, when people say, it's about the environment, it's definitely about the environment. Because I've seen kids do a 360 when you take them out of a certain environment. A lot of these kids that are everywhere and doing everything, you take them out of that environment, you put them in a good environment. A lot of them really, honestly and truly, just want to be children.
They really do. They just leave it. Let us be children, please. Jeez, can we play?
It's the retarded liberals and what they're pushing on these kids.
Only the retarded ones.
No, all of them are.
I don't know. You realize how rude you are to liberals, and you might need some counseling. You might need to talk to a priest, maybe.
No, the priest gonna agree with me. I guarantee it. First, starting with sped around, sport a child. That's what's wrong with these kids. They need an old fashioned.
And then you have my son sitting in the damn kitchen around with his girlfriend over here, and the family just talking and getting. And next thing you know, he talking about, Dad, you know you abused me when I was a kid, right? I still got a mark on my back from. I'm like, bro, I didn't know you was going through all that. You carrying all this with you? He's just so respectful and does everything properly. Are you doing that because you think I'm gonna put another whip on your back? Like, that's nuts. I didn't mean to. I was just heavy-handed. You know, the thing about raising kids, though, it's all like you learn it on the job. It's on the job training. There's no book that you can really read.
You don't need no book.
You don't. It's not true.
I've never seen a bear need a book. I've never seen a bird need a book.
You don't know if they're good parents.
But yet that species survives before the humans get to them.
You don't know if they're good parents. If these animals were such great parents, then there wouldn't be as many curry outs as we got, because most of them niggas ain't serving chicken.
You got a problem. You got a problem.
You know what, Mika, you're very intelligent, and I appreciate your point of view. You were raised properly. A lot of people weren't raised like you. I never spoke to anybody who said there's no divorces in my family. That's nuts. Like, something's wrong with your family. Y'all just OC.
No, they honor commitments, right?
For
and
what?
I'm not
Everybody
saying that they've never had maybe adversities, or they never had quarrels, or maybe didn't even like what each other did from time to time. Glazing. But when you make a commitment, you figure out how to get through it. You figure out where's the breakdown. And that's the thing, people don't do that. Like, what do I like that you like? Like, why are we actually together? What actually makes us work other than us having sex?
That's some real grown-up conversation right there. Something I don't think my fan base are ready for, because most of them not in love.
You don't have to be. Even with friends. The reason why most of these people don't got no friends, because they don't even know what they like.
You know what? I think, roll me here, I think a lot of people ain't got friends because they done slept with them all. I think people are extremely promiscuous. Most people that I know who are friends, everybody done tried everybody. Oh, you done been with Kiki? I done been with Kiki. What about you? I smashed her too. What about you? I smashed her too.
No.
She can cook her ass off, can she? What?
Look.
I think friends are far too promiscuous with one another, and they don't allow there to be any room for growth. But you're absolutely right when it comes to relationships. This is actually a segment that you and I should probably consider talking about, especially
I would be happy to do that, like some relationships, because I'm telling you, most people don't hear it. They hear all these crazy podcasts. My wife said she had. Lord.
She was giving her dog babies perms. Now that's trauma. That's trauma.
She said, "You gonna feel this heat just like I did."
She gonna feel it just like I did. You put Vaseline in your dog baby head too? Make no damn sense. Put a hot comb on the stove.
I went to my friend's house one time and I seen that. And when I tell you, I was like, no.
What, you seen the hot comb?
Yes.
You never had a hot comb in your hair?
No. I wasn't allowed to do nothing to my hair until I was like 15.
Time out. You never had a hot comb in your hair?
No. The first time my flat iron touched my hair, I was 15 years old, and I was going to the I was going to the junior, I think it was the junior prom.
Oh, so you had the hot comb, the one they do like this, and then take
Because
their
that's the only
hand.
way you could get curls. I have curly hair.
You do
So to
have
get those,
curly.
cute little curls and stuff, you got to use flat irons
White
and
people,
curlers.
not white people, but white people and people with really straight hair, they get perms for their hair to be curly like that.
Yeah, that's actually what a perm is. What black people actually get is a relaxer.
Yeah, because it goes the opposite direction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't like that sulfur smell. That sulfur smell that's nasty.
If you end up now, of course, because I've gone to beauty salons. Yeah, I smell it. I'm like, and I see them. I never wanted no parts of that. I never wanted no parts of that. Even now, I barely put heat to my hair. Now, my hair is curly more than often.
Man, let me tell y'all something. And he said, bro, you see that? He said, you see that woman's hair? She didn't need that. Where is that? There you go.
You gonna start telling these people that they're glazing? They just talking.
Yeah, you see that woman hair? Her hair is beautiful. She don't need no perm.
Shut up.
She need a perm just like Keisha and Rashika.
No, my mom couldn't do hair anyway, right? But my mother was like, no, you just love your hair. It is what it is. Y'all are crazy.
This is true though. Scalp burns and this is what Russ what's his name Swollen Martin and Jasmine Crockett need to be talking about. This
Oh
right
no,
here
they're
is
not about to
something
talk about that.
Huh?
They're not about to talk about that. They're not about to talk about that at all.
Somebody said you're her oldest granddaughter.
Oh, I got a doppelganger. You gotta send a pic to Van in his Gmail. Or is it Gmail?
Don't be sending me no pics of women. My wife probably opened up that email, think that my fans are sending me draws and stuff. Y'all go ahead now.
Maybe the subject. No, don't even do that. Because now I'm thinking, who is that?
Yeah, I ain't got no time for that. I ain't got no time for that whatsoever.
Oh, she getting you women.
Well, I don't need nobody's help for that. Talking about
no, but I was about to say label it for Mika.
Yeah, label it for
so
Mika.
Mika getting you women there.
Nah, my wife get tired of ladies saying little slick stuff about her man. I just smile and keep moving. But I don't want no smoke. Poor Van going to get got by his wife. Yeah, she thinks so. Don't nobody want that thought, Jasmine Crockett. That's mean, Mrs.
That's
Mika.
right,
Her name is Mika too.
That's right, Miss Mika. The Mikas be knowing. We know.
I don't know if Jasmine Crockett wasn't so hood. She'd be something like fake hair and all. I'm from the hood. It don't take much.
No, it's not. I told you, it's not her hair. It has nothing to do with her hair.
Listen. It's her attitude. It's her voice. I mean, not her voice. I think
It's her voice too. It's annoying. Everybody in my house be like, "Oh, not her again." Oh my god!
All right, so you ain't glazing, MJ. You doing what you're supposed to do, brother. You been hetero, and I ain't got no problem with that. Ain't nothing wrong with being a hetero man. A man. Ain't nothing wrong with being a man. Yeah. All right, guys. We had fun having a conversation with y'all today, and Mika is so sweet that she won't say, "Van, we gotta speed this up." And you can.
Why do you always put that on me?
You know that, right?
Huh?
I said you can tell me that if you want. Like, Van, come on.
It up for what? It's fine.
Wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Nah, it's totally fine. I don't have a problem with it. It's cool.
Nah, I appreciate you, and I'm certain that that the family out there, they appreciate you too. She's not home. She goes into the office unfortunately, because of Trump and Elon, she got to go into the office twice a week.
That's right. We our tax dollars at work. We don't care if it's van either. Y'all
Why
go.
you always got so much bass in your voice? What's going on?
Because that's
Why
what you
you
like.
always got smoke for
you like
everybody?
the women with the bass in their voice. Now my voice can't get that squeaky like Jasmine Crockett, but I spin in my head like
I
she does.
see. I see. Oh, look at True Lion with the I love me good. I need to get a sound effect to go along with this too. Because all y'all are just something else. Always showing love to the wrong person.
Oh my God.
Showing love to the wrong person. All right, guys. No, you're not. She's awesome. She deserves it. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you go to the God dang it, I didn't put the link inside of this. I'm gonna put the link inside of here and give me 5 minutes. I want y'all to go to On Point with Van and Mika, subscribe to the channel. And if you don't this time, then you'll see us again on Wednesday. We'll be rocking with something else, doing another amazing job, having great conversations. And Mika, you got anything for the people before we roll out?
No, I love how just interactive your chat is. They're like co-hosts. They're very interactive. So
They are.
great chat.
Those are my people. All right, guys. See y'all on the next one. Thank you so much for everybody who submitted a super chat. For everyone who participated respectfully inside of the chat, I appreciate you. And also thank you to everyone who is considering joining my coaching group. What coaching group? This one right here. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.